Hello.
What's up, bro?
What's going on? What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? Hey, man, it's your boy May, man. Hey, man, look here, for everybody who want to hear the sound of these voices right here, I got my boy Charlie on the phone, avid Pacquiao fan, very in-depth analyst who knows his shit about this boxing. So I want everybody out here to hear from a very intelligent Pacquiao fan on the exact reason why you think Pacquiao is going to win this fight against Mayweather.
Okay. Let me get started. First off, I'm a fan of boxing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a Pacquiao fan. I'm a Cotto fan. Cotto's my boy.
True.
But
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing a lot of homework today, watching fights all day today.
Right.
At first, I said I was going to stay out of this fight, may the best man win. But now, I'm going to have to lean towards Pacquiao.
Okay.
For the reasons of just because, everybody's talking about Floyd Mayweather's bigger, he's going to outbox Pacquiao, this, that, and other. But everyone Pacquiao fight with the except Marquez is bigger than him. You see what I'm saying? Everybody he fights is bigger.
That's true.
So, supposed to be stronger. But after watching these fights today, I noticed Pacquiao is a fighter that has no rhythm. I've been watching the past Floyd fights. He's been fighting fighters with one rhythm. And he could pick them apart all day. A straight right hand lands all day. That's not going to happen against Pacquiao.
Wow.
Pacquiao likes to bounce around, move around. He gets hit. Don't get it wrong. He gets hit, but he gets hit by fighters that throws a lot of punches with him. Marquez, Barrera, Morales.
Right.
Those other fighters, like my boy Cotto, Claudia, Shane Mosley, couldn't keep up with his punch rate, so they got hit a lot, and they stood no chance against him. I don't think, if Floyd Mayweather doesn't let his hands go, I don't think he's going to win a fight. It's not going to be you throw 40 punches around and beat Pacquiao. There's no way. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. He's going to let his hands go like he did in the Cotto fight. When he fought Cotto, he let his hands go and he won that fight. He dug deep and won that fight, in my opinion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And other than that fight, he hasn't really impressed me. He fought people that was basically flat-footed in Canelo and Robert Guerrero and Madonna, people he was able to pop shot all day.
Right.
Pacquiao is not flat-footed. He bounces around.
Right.
Very, very fast. You know what I'm saying? And he's just a great fighter. I'm not going to use the term boxer. He's the best fighter in boxing today.
That's right.
Floyd Mayweather is the best boxer in boxing today. But I'm going to have to roll with the fighter in this match. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If you notice, in the past Mayweather fights, he's won the fights, but he's yet to beat anybody up. Yet to beat anybody up.
It's been a long time.
The pop shots, he's yet to beat anybody up. He wins the fight, but he's yet to beat anybody up. Those pop shots and all that, yeah, it's good. It wins you to fight. But when you're fighting a young Tasmanian devil, I'm not going to say young because he's 30, 35.
Yeah.
35 years old?
36.
36 years old. I'm not going to say young. But when you're fighting a fighter that throws combinations, punches and bunches,
right.
And
So what about Maidana? Maidana threw punches and bunches.
He absolutely did, but it's the way he did it. You know what I'm saying? Like the first fight, that's why the first fight was close. He threw punches and bunches, but he still used one rhythm. And that was coming forward. You know what I'm saying? All he did was come forward the whole night. And I think Pacquiao, in his fights, he knows exactly what to do. Like I'm gonna use the De La Hoya fight. It was an old De La Hoya. People, that's what people say.
Right.
But
a drained De La Hoya. You put him at 147.
As you notice, he was in and out. It wasn't the same Pacquiao you see in the Barrera fights,
right?
The Morales fights. the Marquez fights. He was in and out, in and out, in and out. You know what I'm saying? I think that could be the blueprint for this fight. In and out, so you flourish, get out of there. And I think he's going to steal the rounds early in the fight and make Floyd fight him. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to steal the rounds early and know he's winning the round, and Floyd's going to know he's winning the round, and Floyd's going to fall into his hands.
Right.
That's how I think the fight is going to go. I think Pacquiao is going to dictate this fight, and he is going to win the fight.
So you saying that Pacquiao basically going to have a ring generalship? He's going to control the pace of the fight.
I honestly do. I honestly do that. If you notice in Floyd's last fight, other than the Madonna fight, because I give Madonna's props. Even though he lost those fights, he came to fight. He threw punches.
Right.
But those other guys, they sat in there and try to box. You can't box with the best boxer in the world. There's no way in hell.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Other than Madonna, everybody did that. I think Pacquiao's gonna go in, let his hands go, and we're gonna see the best Pacquiao
we've ever seen. Okay, let me throw a slight rebuttal in there. All right, you say punches and bunches. I think that is the that's a good strategy for Pac. I mean, it's Mayweather usually kind of starts out struggling with that sort of strategy, but I take you back to Luis Castillo. Now, Luis Castillo outthrew and outlanded Mayweather. But everybody and their mother say he won that fight. But then you see the second fight when Mayweather didn't fight a contentious fight, even though Castillo wanted to fight that fight again. Mayweather created the distance, he stood back, and he pot-shotted him the entire fight, and he cruised to victory. Then you take the Maidana fight. Same thing. Maidana came out aggressive with all the punches. Second fight.
I understand what you're saying, but you notice it took him 2 fights to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It took him 2 fights to find what he had to do to make the fight easy. But those guys had a rhythm. Pacquiao doesn't have a rhythm. If you notice, he's not going to find no sparring partner to mimic Pacquiao. There's only one Pacquiao. There's nobody that can beat Pacquiao.
Okay, let me say this.
Nobody throws punches from angles and punches and bunches. Nobody has the speed Pacquiao has. He cannot find a sparring partner for Pacquiao.
Okay, well, let me say this. Do you think, now everybody know Juan Manuel Marquez, great counterpuncher, right?
Great counterpuncher.
Great. That's how he knocked Pacquiao out on a nice counterpunch coming in to the inside. Now, let me ask you this. So do you think Marquez is a better counterpuncher than Floyd?
No.
Do you think Marquez hits harder than Floyd?
No, I honestly don't.
If Marquez can counter Pacquiao, knock him out. If Marquez can counter Pacquiao, actually, if you go through those 4 fights they had, Marquez's best punches were his counter punches.
Exactly.
So if Marquez can counter Pac with almost the ease that he was doing, what makes you think Floyd couldn't do that, if not worse?
Okay. Let me put it like this. I'm not saying Floyd can't counter him, but like you said, the key word you said, what you just said just now, was 4 fights. It took him 4 fights to knock him out.
He countered him all. Those were some contentious fights. Those were some real close fights.
He countered him in all fights. But I'm gonna go back to what I said in the beginning. Marquez, Morales, all those guys that beat Pacquiao, those punches with Pacquiao, which made the punch rate is exactly the same. If Pacquiao threw 800 punches that fight, they threw 800 punches that fight. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't think, put it like this.
They match Pacquiao's output, is what you're saying.
Exactly. They matches his output. You see what I'm saying? And I don't think Floyd is going to do that. You see what I'm saying?
But see, Pretty Boy Floyd. Now, there's a difference between Pretty Boy Floyd and Money May. Now, Money May is that more conservative dude. But the thing I'm saying, I said earlier that it's like a keto. You know what I mean? The martial art, Aikido, they use your own force against you. That's how it works. So if Pacquiao comes in there throwing punches and bunches against Floyd's defense, which is crazy, which is immaculate, I predicted a simple jab to the stomach. Floyd throws a mean jab to the stomach. He be folding.
The best jab to the stomach.
He be folding people in half with that jab to the stomach. So if with Pacquiao's pressure, throwing all those punches, take in mind he doesn't have Alex Ariza no more.
Yeah.
Jab to the gut, Mayweather's movement, and Pacquiao's output. You don't think Pacquiao would tire roughly 6-7 rounds and it'd be all Mayweather from there?
I put it like that. After all the fights I watched today, I'm gonna throw the Ricky Hatton fight in there. I'm gonna throw the RJ fight in there.
Right.
I'm gonna throw the Cotto fight in there. I'm gonna throw the Timothy Bradley fight in there.
Right. Timothy Bradley boxed Pacquiao in the first fight, and when he was boxing Pacquiao, he was kind of handling. He lost that fight. I give it to Brad, but I thought he was handling Pacquiao. And then in the second one, he was handling him until he tried to knock him out.
He lost that fight, and if you go watch some of the Timothy Bradley videos, that's all I do all day is watch boxing videos all day.
True.
And Timothy Bradley said it best. He said everybody thinks Pacquiao, when he throws combination, that is either going to be the first punch or the last punch that's going to be the hardest punch.
Right.
He said all of those punches are hard. It's hard to get away from a guy that throws all of his punches hard all fight long. You see what I'm saying? And I don't think Floyd has fought nobody that throws punches as fast, as hard as Pacquiao all fight long. You see what I'm saying? And
only fight that I can think of is Zab. And Zab did come out and won the first 4 to 5 rounds. But then after that, Zab gassed. And Zab lost every round after that. So, and I'm not saying Zab is Pacquiao, because Pacquiao's stamina is bonkers. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And Timothy Bradley put that out there. He said he never fought a guy who punches feel as hard as they do in the first round in the 12th round. He said he never fought that, and that's why I give big ups to Timothy Bradley.
But do you agree that Pacquiao has slowed down since those years? I mean, think of mine now. He just fought Brandon Rios, and he fought Chris Algieri. These were two 140-pound fighters. They were not 140. Now, Pac fights at 147. So he couldn't even. Now, Brandon Rios stood right there in front of him. Pacquiao was teeing off all day, but did not have the oomph to really put it to Rios. Now, he did knock Algieri down 6 times. I give him that. But he couldn't finish out Algieri.
Yeah, I got another that haven't been knocked down, but 2 times in the Ruslan fight his whole career. So he got in there with Pacquiao, got knocked down 6 times.
Right.
But
couldn't finish.
It's like this. I honestly think Pacquiao is the best finisher in the game. But it's like,
I think he's a good negotiator.
I think he's kind of been baiting Floyd in. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, I think he's been baiting Floyd in. Like, you think I ain't still got it if you want. I could have finished these guys if I wanted to.
But he chose not
to. I'm saving it for you. Yeah. I'm saving it for you. You see what I'm saying? Like. You know, Manny is a nice guy. Everybody says he's a nice guy.
Right.
He's too nice to his opponents. But I honestly think he doesn't like Floyd Mayweather, and I think he's going to unleash the beast on Floyd Mayweather. That I could be wrong. Is
that the reason you think Floyd avoided him for so long?
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? And I honestly think Floyd knows deep down inside if he wins, he's going to win a close fight. That's why it's a no rematch clause, because he wants no part of him twice. You see what I'm saying? Like,
but see the difference in this fight than most of Pacquiao's fights. A lot of those fights you named. This particular fight, Pacquiao is the B side. So where is it? He can't drain fighters like De La Hoya, where he fought him at 147, or Cotto, where he drained Cotto. He didn't fight Cotto at his natural 154 weight.
I totally agree with that.
Now Mayweather is a full-fledged welterweight. You know, and it's not going to be drained. He's going to be at full strength. And on top of that, he has the best strength and conditioning coach in the game, in Alex Ariza. Love him or hate him, legal or not. You know,
okay. So, well, let me throw this out there. Another one of my good friends, you know, big time boxer fan. You know what I'm saying? Like us. He brought it to my attention yesterday. you know what I'm saying? He's a fan of the sport. He's not a Floyd fan, but he say, Charlie, I don't know. This kind of scared me. He said, I just watched the Madonna fight again, and after the Madonna fight, he said, I feel kind of dry. I'm kind of tired. I feel kind of dry, kind of tired. If you go back and watch that fight, at the end of the fight, and they ask him how you feel, he said, I feel kind of dry, kind of tired. Could Ariza be burning Floyd out?
Well, I think Ariza has a real good track record, man. Like Pacquiao was walking through all those fighters. A lot of people think because of Ariza, because no one can explain how can a fighter come from 105 and walk all the way up to 147. And you see what happened when Broner went from 135 just to 147, and he got rocked by Maidana. So no one can picture how the hell does Pacquiao go from 105 to 140. Now I'm not accusing him of nothing. I ain't got no proof to say he did anything. I'm saying that Alex Ariza is a special individual, and Floyd knew this in the Maidana fights. In the first fight with Maidana, Alex Ariza was with Maidana. In the second fight, Alex Ariza was with Floyd, and he's been with Floyd since. Yeah. So there is something there with Alex Ariza that people know. He gives you that extra edge. And at 38 years old, Mayweather with any kind of edge, I mean, that just could be, detrimental to Pacquiao. You know what I mean? I think now don't get me wrong, Pacquiao is, man, phenomenal dude. What he does is way different than a lot of fights. He's unorthodox. He throws punches from angles that Floyd might not see coming. And on top of that, he's a southpaw. That's what makes him very dangerous for Floyd, because Floyd has had trouble in the past with southpaws. Chop Corley, Zab Zuda,
Agree.
But the difference was those two fighters, and this could work for Pacquiao because Pacquiao is a confrontational fighter. They were confrontational as southpaws. Yeah. When Floyd fought southpaws that wasn't confrontational, such as Ortiz or Sean Bay Mitchell, he walked through them dudes. So that could be a big difference. Pacquiao with the left hand could be the number one difference, because Floyd is not going to be able to shoulder roll this fight. That left hand.
And you know what?
Yes.
I was just about to bring that to your attention. And Pacquiao is not the type of guy that talks trash before his fights or predicts anything before his fights. His trainer may predict something, but when you hear Pacquiao say something like, he's tailor-made for my straight left hand, that's dangerous. When he says that, that's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not the type of fighter that say, I'm going to knock this guy out or.
But Floyd fights a hella high guard too now. When Floyd goes to the high guard or the peekaboo style, he's the
best defensive fighter I've seen since Pernell Whitaker and Ricky Wright. The best, by far the best. Those two guys was good. Floyd is the best, but we have seen him get hit these last couple of fights.
Few and in between. I mean, decisively hit. I can count it on one hand, and that's really sad to say. Out of 47 fights, you can count on one hand how many times. Of course, they're going to say the Mosley second round. Of course, you're going to say Maidana's third round. Of course, you're going to say Chop Corley's round when he hit him with that one punch. But every time, Floyd's recovery was crazy. That's why they say he's the best at adapting to his opponents and all of that. But you fighting a guy, man, that's almost impossible to adapt to. It took Marquez four fights. Well, the third fight was real close, man. A lot of people say Marquez might have won that.
I totally agree. But they fought so many times.
Right.
So you basically know the guy like the back of your hand.
That's true. That's very true.
You basically know the guy like the back of your hand. And when you go in there and you don't know him, you never fought him, you can't get a sparring partner for him because there's nobody like him. Nobody throws punches and angles like him. Nobody as fast as him. I mean, so it's almost like it's may the best man win, man. I'm just happy to fight him.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Because I honestly thought that it wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah, none of us did. None of us did.
It was too much shit going on. First, it was the drug testing. Then it was the money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was too much shit. Then it was Bob Burnham. It was almost like I honestly thought he was afraid of the guy. You know what I'm saying? I honestly thought that.
Never seen Floyd go through this much to make a fight. I've never seen him. Never seen him go through this much to make a fight.
And you notice the blood test never came up until he was supposed to fight Pacquiao.
Well, now, I'm with you there. I think Floyd, I hope the people who hear this don't think we're going too far to conspiracy here, but this is fact. This is very fact. I mean, Floyd, you look at him now. At 37 going on 38, this man looks the best shape of his life. I ain't never seen Floyd look this buff. Never. Now, Floyd has admitted on video that he takes the vampire face juice, which is a form of doping in a way. Floyd refuses, I repeat, he refuses to use VADA. He always got to use USADA because he has business connections with USADA. So now if you go back, and then there's also documented proof right before he fought Mosley, when they came to test him and he made the drug test and people wait for 5 hours in his house. Now, am I saying Floyd juices? I'm just saying he is just as suspicious as Manny. He settled his lawsuit with Manny once Manny requested to see Floyd's medical records. Then Floyd said, nope, in the lawsuit, settle. So I ain't saying Floyd got something to hide, but I'm just saying Floyd might be on the juice, man. I mean, there's a good slight chance that he is on. There's also rumors that he's already popped up dirty in the past, but he paid to have him sealed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's kind of a you know.
Mm-hmm. It's a catch thing, but I honestly think at this point it doesn't matter because they're both up there in age. You know, they both are the two most successful welterweights in the last decade. I don't think it matters at this point. And I don't think either one will be able to use that as an excuse if they lose. But I do find it quite fishy though. There's no rematch clause, especially to a fight this big. A fight this big when you can easily double it up on the next fight. I find that funny.
But you had a rematch clause in the Madonna fight.
That's true. As a matter of fact, he had a rematch clause in mostly all of his fights.
In the Robert Guerrero fight.
Absolutely.
Why not the Pacquiao fight?
That's a good question.
And you think about that. You think about how long you took to fight this guy. You see what I'm saying? And you bring up the drug testing and all of that and how I watched the video the other day. As a matter of fact, this is the point he used. Well, how come Cotto could knock Shane Mosley down?
Right.
But this guy come up from 106 and he knocked Shane Mosley down.
Exactly.
This guy supposed to have the best chin in boxing, but he knocking Shane Mosley down.
Right.
That's the excuse to use.
That sounds like fear when I heard that.
Drug testing.
It sounds like fear. It sounded like fear when I heard that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's kind of saying that you think this guy punches so hard that you think he's on something. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I ain't denying that Pacquiao, come on, every fight I think at one point in time drinks a shake or takes a lotion that they ain't supposed to take, but just to get him through training or maybe to help him lose weight. You know, too many fighters pop up dirty nowadays. I ain't saying that it ain't never happened. Floyd does it. Everybody, technically, you can have testosterone in your system, just not over a certain amount. It's like that's why Floyd likes to use USADA because I think it's like a higher ratio than you can have. You know what I mean? Other than VADA. So I mean, it sounds to me he don't have the proof, but he can't explain it. He just can't explain it. How does this guy come from 105, 106 all the way up to 147? How does he do that?
And knocking guys down like Shane Mosley and Miguel Cotto.
But can you explain this to me though? Because a lot of people ask us this. How do you explain? Because I always call Pacquiao the Michael Jackson of boxing. It's like he had two careers. You know, when he was in the lower weights, up until he was fighting like Morales, because at one point Pacquiao was ready to retire after Morales and Barrera and all those dudes. But for some way, he got a second win, came up to the higher weights and ran through those guys, but wasn't running through them dudes at the lower weights. You see where I'm going? And he was getting knocked out at the lower weights.
Don't get me wrong. I would be a lie if I didn't say I thought Pacquiao was juicing.
Right.
That I thought
that
he
one
wasn't.
time,
Because I honestly did think he was using. When he beat my man, Miguel Cotto,
that was unexplainable to me. He never slowed down. He never slowed down.
As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I lost the bet to you. I lost the bet to somebody in Tech World.
Yep.
That fight. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm a Cotto fan, and I just knew Cotto was going to win that fight. He was the bigger man.
True.
Big punches. You know what I'm saying? But
common sense would have led you to believe that Cotto would have won that fight.
Yeah, but he got destroyed. So it's like, damn, this guy's really running through people. You see what I'm saying? So I can't blame Floyd for saying that, but nobody ever bitched it and complained about it. But
until Floyd. That's a good point.
Until Floyd Mayweather. You see what I'm saying?
That's very true.
Nobody ever bitched and complained about it but him. When he was Manny Pacquiao, everybody was still fighting him.
Right.
They never complained about it. Shane Mosley ain't complaining about it. You see what I'm saying? Timothy Bradley ain't complaining about it. They got in the ring what he made it do what it do.
And no one made any allegations afterwards.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Exactly.
The Margarito fight. I looked at that fight not too long ago, and I was honestly kind of baffled over that fight too, because in the 12th round, Pacquiao looked like he was in the first round. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't understand it. He throws so many punches.
And like I said earlier in this conversation, Timothy Bradley said it, and anybody that hears this can go look it up. Go look it up on YouTube. He said he's never fought a fighter who punches as hard as they do in the first round in the 12th round. Oh, yeah. He said everybody thinks Pacquiao's first punch or his last punch in a combination will be the hardest. He said all the
How often does Floyd get hit with those punches? How often does Floyd get hit that flush? I mean, Pacquiao, that shoulder roll, it may not be that effective against Pacquiao, but even so, Floyd's defense, he counters so good, it's hard to hit him flush. You think Pacquiao's going to be able to really lay that left hand on him flush?
I think, to be honest with you, and this is my dead honest how I feel the fight is going to go. I think Pacquiao is going to steal in the first couple rounds. Floyd is going to fall into it and try to let his hands go. And we may see Floyd hit the canvas for the first time in his career.
Wow, that is a bold. You know what? After that prediction right there, sir, after the fight is over, we are going to upload another conversation about this. And after that fight is over, that is bold right there.
Not saying that he will knock him out, but I honestly think we may see Floyd hit the canvas for the first time in his career, because people say Floyd is the best counter puncher in the game, but it's like they overlook Pacquiao and the way he knocked down his opponents. He knocked them out with counter punches. It's counter punches. They're trying to swing and you hit right on the chin and they're going to sleep. They're going out. That's why a lot of the people you see Pacquiao fight defensive. They're afraid to throw punches. A lot of people are afraid to throw punches. Joshua Cloudy, Margarito.
Well, Cloudy took the fight on short notice, so you can't.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be Floyd. That supposed to have been Floyd and Pacquiao in Texas Stadium.
Brandon Rios. You know, it's like.
But that's the
they're
difference.
overwhelmed by speed, and when they get hit with a counter punch, they're like, whoa.
But those were trained
I got to be careful. Yeah, I got to be careful. You see what I'm saying? But in Mayweather's defense, he is number one pound for pound, the best
no
in the
doubt
world.
about it. No question.
So it's that's why this is the dream match. You know what I'm saying? That's why this fight is the best, biggest fight in the history of boxing.
Okay, so let me make this clear before we get off. You are predicting Manny Pacquiao to win this fight.
Honestly, yes.
Do you see this by KO or decision?
I got it by decision. So I honestly would be surprised if he knocked Floyd out. I honestly would.
You saying he's going to knock Floyd down, though?
Not if he knock him down. I won't be surprised if he knock him down. Because Floyd, I honestly think Floyd has a big heart, you know, and all of that. But If he knock him out, I would be highly surprised. It would be highly shocked if he knocks Floyd Mayweather because of his defense and the way he like to run around the ring.
Right.
I would be honestly surprised if he knock him out. But I honestly think he will land more punches than Floyd this fight. This is what I. Matter of fact, I know. I'm not gonna say I think he will land more punches than Floyd.
But they got to be decisive. They got to be decisive. Remember Castillo.
And he will. Put it like this. He's going to beat Floyd up. Win, loss, or draw. We're going to see Floyd locked up.
Wow.
He's going to beat Floyd up, and that's why it's a no rematch clause because he's not going to want to go through it again.
Man, you know what, man? I find that so suspicious, man. I got to look more into that. Why did not Floyd request a rematch clause in the biggest fight in history? I don't get that.
Because you know what? He knows he can win, but he knows it's going to be a tough
take a lot
fight,
of punishment.
and he's going to take punishment, and he's not going to want to go through it again. That's why. Because you know what? Both of them being champions, it's like the champion has to have a rematch clause. You see what I'm saying?
That's true.
You took my belt. I want it back.
Right.
But Floyd is not going to want to get beat up twice, even if he wins. And if you notice, Pacquiao beats everybody up, even when he loses. Even when he lost in what was the fourth round to Marquez?
Yeah, that's true.
Marquez was beat up.
Look at Bradley. Beat up. Bradley was in a wheelchair and some more shit.
Yeah, exactly. He beats everybody up. He sent Margarito to the hospital. He beat Cotto up. Yeah. He made De La Hoya not come out the corner.
Right.
He beats people up. That's what he does best. He beats you up. You
right.
know what I'm saying? So and Floyd, if he wins, he knows he's going to be beat up, and he's not going to want to go through that 2 times.
Wow.
That's why it's no rematch clause.
Great points, man. Great, all valid, great points, man. And take in mind, folks, everybody out there who's listening, we are 2 non-biased fans of this sport. We don't have a dog in this race, you know what I mean? But we're just calling it like we see it. You know what I mean? I want everybody to know that. But damn, man, good, valid points. I am going to look into that rematch thing, man. Why wasn't there a rematch clause? That is a big fucking deal, man.
Because he's fighting Manny Pacquiao, and he didn't want to fight him in the first place. He just was tired of everybody getting on him, calling him this, that, and the other. So he said, man, look, I'm going to fight him. His plan is to stay away from him as much as he can and not get beat up. And, hey, if I take his belt, and once I beat him and take his belt, I ain't got to rematch him because I call the shots, and I ain't got to fight him again.
And he's going to sell himself as the best ever.
Exactly.
Wow, man. Great conversation, yo. Hey, look here, man, Charlie. I'm going to have another conversation. We are going to upload another one up on YouTube, especially after the fight occurs. I got to get you back on here, man, to hear what you think about that fight. And I got to get in whatever the results may be, man. We got to go through the results, man, for real.
All day, every day. Whenever you want to talk, it ain't got any fight, man. It could be about any fight. I'm welcome to come holler at
okay, well, that's cool, man. Because, there's a lot of good ones coming up, man.
A lot of good ones.
Lot of good ones. I'm really looking forward to this Garcia-Peterson one. That's the one I think stands out to me the heaviest. I like this Thurman Guerrero one, too. That's going to be cool.
Yeah. It's a lot of ones coming up, man.
Yeah.
There's one coming up. You got Berto. You got Berto and Josito Lopez.
I think that's that's a Al Heyman setup to try to bring Berto back to prominence. That's what I think, man. I mean, Josito Lopez is the ultimate gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying? He's like Julio Diaz to me. He's like the ultimate gatekeeper. He's the guy you fight when you either lost or trying to go up the ladder, one or the other. You know what I mean?
I mean, he gained confidence off the Berto win.
Yeah.
Then they thought. Josito Lopez is a 135 fighter, that moved up to 140 to fight.
Right.
The fight Ortiz, and then he beat Ortiz. They moved him up to 154 to put him in there with Canelo. Come on, man.
Yeah. That's another thing I wanted to ask you before you go. Floyd beat Canelo in Maidana. Do you think Pacquiao beats Canelo in Maidana?
He beats both of them. He knocks Maidana out, and he beats Canelo.
Maidana came in 20 pounds overweight in their fight now.
He knocks, mark my word, he knocks Maidana out, and he whitewashes Canelo. Beats him every round like Floyd did. Speed overwhelms him, man.
Damn. All right, well, there you have it, man. I'm going to let you go from that one, man. And we're going to do this again. Hey, man, be on the lookout for this. It's going to be on YouTube. All the fans, anybody who want to comment about this, put it in the comment section. And, you know, we will answer all the questions as much as you can put in the comment section. So, Charlie, man, I appreciate the conversation. I love all your points, man. Every point you made. And now you got a big question mark over my head about this rematch clause. I'm definitely going to look into this, man. No question,
and before y'all go,
yeah,
the guy I do have beating Pacquiao, Keith Thurman.
Oh, you know what? Hey, well, okay, you know what? Since you went on a limb and said that, I'm going to go on a limb and say this. The only fighter to me that decisively beat, well, the two fighters to me, and I say this plenty of times on my videos, the two fighters to me that beats Floyd, and people don't agree, Kell Brook and Amir Khan. I think those are the two fighters that Floyd does not want anything with. Amir Khan won the poll from the people to fight Floyd Mayweather, and he chose Maidana instead. Kell Brook, the reason I say Kell Brook is because he fights similar to Mayweather. And Mayweather never fights nobody who fights similar to him.
And you know what? I totally agree with you. I totally agree with the Amir Khan. I'm not sure about Kell Brook.
Well, some say he's a little too green. He may be too green.
The reason I say Amir Khan is his left, his speed. He likes to hit and run.
Exactly.
And which means Floyd will have to bring the fight to him. So I totally agree with you. And Floyd, when have we seen Floyd really let his hands go? Down in the fight, he have to let his hands go.
It's been years.
People don't throw a lot of punches.
Right.
And make Floyd let his hands go. And that's why I say Pacquiao will win this fight, unless he goes back to the Diego Corrales Floyd Mayweather, the Arturo Gatti Floyd Mayweather. And if we see that Mayweather, he wins the fight. He wins the Pacquiao fight. Other than that, we're not going. He doesn't win. In my, I don't think he wins the fight.
Well, we're going to let the people decide, man. We're going to see what this do. And I check the comment section on this video. I should have this thing uploaded by the night. Man, check the comment section. Let's see what the people say about this. And, my man, we're going to do this again, all right?
That's the best, man.
All right, homie.